get you some. Oh, yeah. Mate, it's lucky she can cook. Wow! G'day lovelies, welcome back. Alrighty, today, bread maker. So this morning on Facebook, a lady requested a fruit loaf made in the bread maker. To that lady, that will be next. I have to go down and get some stuff for that. So when she did request that, it just reminded me how many people have actually requested different bread recipes in the bread maker. So since I've got bugger all else and I've got plenty of flour, I thought, let's do this. Let's make a heap of different bread maker recipes. So today we're going to make cheddar and bacon bread. Now normally I would get the cheese and the bacon ready after I've put the bread in, but because you won't be able to hear a word I'm saying, I'm going to do that part now and whack it in the fridge till we need it. Now below I'll write the recipe for both. Mine is a 1 kilo bread maker, so I'll write the recipe for that, and then below that I'll write the recipe for the smaller bread maker, which is roughly a 750 gram loaf. So I'm going to add a few of my own things in there, so when I write it down below I'll put optional next to them, because there'll be things that aren't in the recipe that I'm going to add to it. First thing we need is half a cup of bacon chopped up really small, and half a cup of cheddar cheese, which I don't have, so I'm just going to use normal cheese. And it says grated up finely. Now because I've already got grated cheese, what I'm thinking of doing is just chopping it up a bit more. So half a cup of bacon chopped up nice and small, ended up being 3 bacon tops this size. So I've got the half a cup of grated cheese and chopped it up, and remember that's supposed to be cheddar cheese. I'm making this for the kilo loaf, so don't forget to check down below for the difference with the 2 size loaves. So I'm just going to put them in, mix them in together, cover them up in some Glad wrap and stick it in the fridge till we need it. I'm going to be adding some chives, sweet paprika and some mustard powder. Those 3 are absolutely optional, they're just what I'm adding. Alright, there's 2 main rules when making bread in a bread maker. The first one is you must have your bread maker nice and flat somewhere. The second one is you must put the ingredients in the exact order that they tell you. Alrighty, we get the tin out, make sure that that is sitting in properly and flush. The thing we want to put in is 310 ml of water. I love using olive oil, but you can use any oil that you want. 3 tablespoons for the big one, 1 3/4 teaspoons for the big one, 2.5 tablespoons of white sugar. Now this is where I'm going to add my extras. So I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of mustard powder, 1 teaspoon of chives, and 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. 4 cups of plain flour. Now we need 1 teaspoon of bread improver and 3/4 teaspoon for the small one. Now the bread improver is important because what it does is it stiffens up your loaf a little bit, so it's really easy to slice. You buy that where you buy your flours from. So I usually just sprinkle that one nice and evenly over the top. Okay, milk powder, I use full cream. 2 tablespoons for the big one. Now for the dried yeast. I love using this one. Also found where your plain flours and your self-raising flours are. If you get this one, once you open it, if you leave it in the fridge, I've had one in there for like 2 years before. It's brilliant. Now what I do is with the back of the spoon is I put a nice big hole in the middle. 1.5 teaspoons poured into that little hole we made. Oh, I apologise for the light. Okay, now we get it. Make sure it's sitting in between them 2. Click down and put your handle down. Okay, once it's firmly clicked in there, close her up. Alrighty, turn her on. Now the settings for this one is setting 1, which is basic, which is on already. I hope you can see that. Now you've got your crust settings, so P for medium, H for dark and L for light. I absolutely love making them dark, so I'm going for H. And start. Now after the second kneading process, it will beep 8 times. When it beeps 8 times, that's when we want to throw our cheese and bacon in. Alright, about 22 minutes into it and it just beeped. So I'm just going to tip that all in. Close her up. Alrighty, 2.5 hours later, turn it off at the wall. Mate, it smells freaking good in here. Grab a tea towel, flick your handle. Alright, pull it out with the tea towel. Alright, so I normally put it on its side, grab the bottom, shake it loose. Oh, look at that, it stayed in there. Sometimes it will stay in the bread and you might just have to cut around it and pull it out. Oh, look at that, beautiful dark crust around the outside. I'm sorry about the lighting. Alright, I just let it sit for 5. Still hot as crap. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Big wad of butter, nice and hot, yum. Now the other thing I would do too is if you let it completely cool down and go cold, and then if you slice them in nice big fat slices, toast them under the griller on both sides, then take them out, put some tomato paste or like the Dolmio spaghetti sauce on it, sprinkle all cheese over it, anything and everything you'd put on a pizza or anything you got in your fridge, put them back under the griller and cook them up that way, and they are really filling lunch or dinner for kids as well, and they're bloody awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. You have yourselves an awesome night. I'll see you soon. Toodles!